I'll say, just wait. This isn't nothing. All right, let's see. So there's my little leg going. That's the left leg right there. So right here is the left leg from the knee down. You can kind of see the knee. So the baby's literally sitting on its legs.
Yeah.
It's kicking them out a little bit, but this is the left leg right there from the knee down. And we'll see if we can open those legs in a minute, hopefully. And there's the right one right on the bottom. See how it's bent there? You're being silly. That's the left foot right there at the top. Cool contortionist, I tell you. See the feet both together right there. Oh, there go the feet. Hello. Oh, goodness. Man. You are busy. So that's the left foot right there. You can see the toes? Toes flying by. And there's the right on the bottom right there. Oh, all over the place right now, huh? Okay, let's see if we can get between the legs yet. Sorry, I'm gonna push. You just tell me if that's like baby's booty is all the way down here and there's some legs in the way. Come on, move that leg. That leg, move it.
No, it likes to kick me down.
I know, right? That looks like a female. Little girly part right here. So see the thigh and the thigh? See that right there?
Yeah.
That's a little hamburger.
Oh.
So this leg is trying to come back and block me right there. But I'm pretty darn confident that that's a little girl. I'll get you another shot too when those legs move, but I'm sure that there we go. Yeah, that's definitely labia. She says, I'm trying to cover it a little bit and be a lady, but you know. Okay, let's get her little arms here. So there is her little arms there going. Off a little bit there. Whoa, what's she doing there? So this is her right arm on the bottom there. She's going, she's busy. There. And then left is on the top. Where's that one going? Here we go, up by the head, huh? And then you see her fingers right there. She's grabbing. See, there are my fingers right there. They're all there. She's almost grabbing her, so her right hand is trying to grab her left wrist, or maybe the foot now. Looks like the foot just came up. She's like, well, you know, just showing my flexibility. And so there's her little skeleton face right there. See, that's my creepy look. Say, yep, I'm supposed to look like that. I don't have a lot of fat. They're working on it. See, that's my creepy skeleton face right there. She's going like, oh. I'll show you a few different views though. See if she'll cooperate with me. So right below, right next to her fingers right there, you can actually see the mouth. There's the nostrils right there. I know it's hard to see that. She's got it right against the uterus right there. But go back just a smidge here. Yeah. So this is the nostrils, like you're looking at the nose. So the nose is right against the uterine wall right there. And there's the upper lip, the lower lip, and the chin. So you're just seeing that little section. You're not seeing the rest of the face there. And she's got her little hands up too, because she's busy. Come on, Mama. Can you move a little bit so we can get a profile? Come on. We want a profile. Oh, you're very comfortable.
Yeah. She did that the first ultrasound we did. She was afraid of the thing.
Well, she at least turned up some. She was completely face down, so we're getting somewhere. Yeah, she's hiding back there. She says, no, not yet. I'm working on it. See my little hands up. See, she's going like that. Like, you can almost see her profile right there. This is like a 3/4 view of the face right there. That's her forehead, part of the nasal bone, and then she's got the hands up. So I want her to turn up just a tiny bit more, and you'll see her a little bit better. She's moving that mouth though. She's working on it. Come on, Mama. See her a little bit right there coming in. There's her chin,
Yeah.
her mouth, nose. Oh, she's hands up again. She's like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. They can't look at me. They can't look at me. Come on, Mama. I know it's rough in there, huh? All this work you're doing. Look at her knees coming up too. She's like, I can't believe this. Can't believe Mom brought me. Oh, the foot's coming up. There we go. She's like, I can't believe Mom brought me here. Come on, we want to see you better. Oh, the foot's coming all the way up. Okay. Yeah. All right. She might be throwing a tantrum. Not sure. Yeah, that leg went all the way up. Come on, look at us. I know. You can just catch her. You catch her nose and lips back there, and then she goes back down. She's like completely bent down. But she's doing better. She's starting. Come on, Mama. I know. I just want to see you for a minute. It's not that bad. Just keep bringing her knee up. You're right there. I know. Just drop the arm. You're right there. She just can't handle it. Legs and everything. Look at that. She's like, yeah, this is the life right here. Bringing my legs up. And it's the left arm that keeps getting in the way. That's the arm. See, there's almost her profile right there. Just a smidge back there. No, we want better than that. That's not good enough. Come on, Pumpkin. Come on, Pumpkin. She's not having it. She's like, all right, listen. Well, while we wait. It's not that bad, Pumpkin. A little bit better profile right there. You can see her, at least her mouth and stuff from the side right there. She still has the arm right there. It might not go down, but you know, we're just gonna try. She's rubbing her eye like, oh, so exhausted.
She had a night of her you.
Yeah, she's like, oh man, what's going on? Come on, Mama. Just one. Just one. She's very serious. Come on, Pumpkin. Just one good one. We'll leave you alone. One good one. That leg, that's hilarious. Gotta bring the leg up. Oh, both arms. That's good.
And a leg.
Yeah. Thanks a lot. Thought we were friends. She's like, how can I block completely? That's what she's trying to do. I just don't want her to go back towards your back. I worry that she's just going to roll right back that way. She's so close. She's right there. She's just going like this and kicking away. You can see her little nose right back here a little bit better. See it right there? Okay. That's her tiny little nose right there, and her upper lip. She's kind of just leaning in a little bit. I'm going to take that just in case we don't get it any better than that, but I'm going to try. She is. There she goes. Come on. Okay. That's all you got to do. Just come on. There she is, a little bit better. She's trying. They're just very skinny right now, so they don't have that nice full baby look right now. So it's a little creepy for some people, but that's what they look like right now. They just, yeah, I think it's cool too. They just don't have the fat on them right now that they will get. I'm gonna do a still shot here, just see. Sometimes this one comes out a little bit more crisp. Look at her little leg up. Isn't that funny? And the little arm is going straight across her face there. You are too funny. See, See that little nose right there? That's her elbow. That's her forehead right there. And so see if I go through that arm though, it's so close to her face, I think it's gonna cut off of her a little bit, yeah. It's just too close. Little stinker. Come on, stinker. One without the arm.
I think she's gonna be a thumb sucker.
She might. She's got some time to figure it out, doesn't she?
Yeah.
Got some time in there. She does. She's just not having it. She is not having it at all. Look at it. Look at those legs, though. Is that not cute? Look at those little skinny things. You can't see her face in this view, but it's still kind of cool. You can see a little bit of her arm. That's the arm going that way. That's the side of her head right there, and then the little legs going up. That's kind of funny. She's like, Warner. She knows what she likes. She's digging her left side right now. If Dr. Elmer comes in here and you start like being perfect, you're gonna be in trouble with me. You know that. You are gonna be in trouble with me. I'm gonna take that as you don't like me. It sometimes happens, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes they do worse with him sometimes.
Yeah.
Just depends, but like I've been trying to get you. You just don't want to drop that arm. No, she's content. All right then. I'll let Dr. E come peek at you. Oh wait, now that I said that, maybe she's like, what? Wait.
You aren't gonna look at me no more?
Go put your arm to your side. She dropped it for like 2 seconds and then put it right back up higher. Come on, Mama. Oh, there you are a little bit. There you are. That was okay. Those legs up though, right here. There's her little face a little bit right there. You can at least see her mouth and her nose together right there a little bit. And then the legs are going straight up the side. She's consistent. She said, but my arm is going. And you probably are not feeling all of that, but you see how much movement she's doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, she does that all the time. And one day soon you're going to feel it, all of it, all the time. Oh, look at her go. It's a big jolt. He's like, nope, I'm good, thanks. All right, Pumpkin. You say, I'll see you again in a minute, okay? See if
I like to see 3 non-baby things before I even look at the baby. The first one is the amount of fluid around the baby. All the black you see here is the fluid surrounding the baby, and there's a nice normal amount of fluid. The second non-baby thing is the placenta, and this thickening along the top wall of the uterus here, because this is towards where my probe is. This is the placenta, and not only does it look normal in appearance, but most importantly, it's not low. The definition of low would be if this edge of this placenta was covering the opening of the cervix. The cervix, which is the third non-baby I like to see, non-baby thing I like to see, runs from here to here. And if the cervix is short, that's a problem, but yours is normal. And if the cervix is covered by the placenta, that's a problem, but yours isn't, because the edge of the placenta is way up here. So these 3 very important, but what I like to call non-baby things, I look at first, and they're all fine. Follow me? Now, when I look at the baby, you can see the baby either lengthwise or cross-sectionally. The lengthwise view, which is what's most recognizable, people shows the spine all the way underneath the baby, the heart beating there in the chest. You can see the head of the baby here, off to our right. There's more of the baby down this way. If we get down a little lower here, you can see the legs of the baby. That's the knee of the baby right there on the baby's left side, as well as seeing the shoulder blade over here at the same time. And that's the lengthwise view of the baby. This little black pocket of fluid is the baby's bladder down here. Off to the left, this pocket of fluid is the baby's stomach, but the spine you can see nicely all laid out all the way along the back here. But to see detail, to look at all the different structures that we want to show that are normal, and from what I hear they are, but we're going to look at them again, we turn and look at the baby cross-sectionally. So instead of a lengthwise slice of the baby like I just showed you, now we're cutting across this way. And if we start that way at the top of the head and march our way down the baby step by step, we can start here at the baby's head, for example, and because I'm a sucker for seeing things really big, we'll blow it up. And here's the look of the baby's head, seeing normal structures that we typically see inside the brain, of the things that we're looking for, and the top of the brain, the mid portion of the brain here, the back part of the brain where the cerebellum is this right back here, in the front of the head where the eye sockets are here and the facial bones appear. Of the things that we can see here, I don't see any obvious problems. There's fingertips of the hand off to the one side here. You can see those little joints in the finger and the other fingertips seen on end here. And that's the head. As we march our way downwards below the head, we pick up the spine. But remember, in cross-section, you see just one vertebra at a time. Like this right here is one segment of the spine, one vertebra at a time. This happens to be the level of the neck. And we're starting at the neck and marching our way down. Here, we've gone from the head down to the neck. As we go a step further, we get down into the upper shoulders. These are the tips of the collarbones seen right here. That's what that is. And as we move down yet a little further, these are the large blood vessels that come out of the top of the heart right here. And as we continue to move below the shoulders, below into the chest itself, we can see the heart here. Now, this is a pretty picture of the different chambers of the heart. This is called the septum, the wall that divides the right from the left. And then there's two chambers up at the top here. The so-called four-chamber image of the heart does not rule out every possible heart problem. But of the things that we do see that we are looking for, things look fine. So the size of the heart, the orientation, meaning it's pointing at a 45-degree angle off to the left side, because this is the back of the baby, this is the front of the baby. Heart kind of points to the left side like that, like an angle. All of that looks reassuring. As we move below the heart, we pick up that stomach, which is that black pocket of fluid in the upper left abdomen. And it's full of fluid because while the baby floats in the amniotic fluid, it swallows it. It's supposed to. As a matter of fact, that's a very reassuring sign to see that stomach because it tells us that that whole system, well, it's working, and that's a good thing. Below the stomach, as we march our way down a little lower, past the kidneys, which are very hard to see here, but that's good. There aren't any large cysts or mass in there. We move down yet a little further. We get into the lower abdomen, and we get down a little lower here where the pelvis shows up here. And there's a, we can get to a little bit different angle here. The bladder is this little black pocket in here. It's a little hard to see, but if you look at it closely with color flow, what you'll see is these two big blood vessels that run on either side of the bladder. And those are useful things to see because by seeing those two vessels that merge together right there, you can see them coming together here. Those are two vessels that come from either side of the bladder, merge together, and they come out the front of the umbilical cord. And that's a good thing because the umbilical cord, which runs right coming out this way, those are all the blood flow coming out of the three vessels. By seeing those two arteries, those right there, we were able to prove that there are three vessels in the cord. Which sounds silly, but some babies have only one of those arteries and they are at higher risk for problems. So we like to make sure that this baby has the right number. Okay? So far, all the numbers are right. Okay? Mm-hmm. If we go back to this view here, the lengthwise view, there's that bladder again that we can see here. And we can see the legs are kind of tucked tightly underneath here, so they're a little hard to zoom in on, because they're all tucked underneath the baby here. Let's go back to a little different angle here, coming down to the bladder there. That long white stripe underneath the baby is the thigh bone underneath the baby. It's one of the thigh bones. There's the head of the thigh bone seen right there, and there's the other thigh bone going off in this direction right there. That long white stripe is the other thigh bone. And we were determining if this is a boy or girl today. Had you already had testing done on that for today?
Yes.
You did?
Mm-hmm.
You had some blood work and stuff?
Mm-hmm. But you didn't tell anybody because I wanted to make sure it matched.
Well, that's
Weird.
probably smart.
Yeah.
And it did match this time, huh?
Yeah.
Well, that's good to know. I keep waiting for that. Actually, you're smarter than most people because I tell people that, you know, I keep waiting for that day where we're not going to match. And that day's inevitable. If you read your fine print on your test, there was like a 99.4% accuracy rate. Sounds pretty accurate, but that means there's 6 out of 1,000 or 1 in 300 that it's not so accurate.
Yeah.
And we go through 300 of these pretty quick, so I'm wondering when we're going to see we haven't seen a case yet, but we know that that's coming any day now.
Yeah. So I didn't tell anybody. I knew.
We knew.
But
So
I
of
wanted
the
to
things
make
that we
sure.
can see here on the baby, I don't see any obvious problems. That's good news. So of the things that we're seeing